Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're going to be jumping into the world of 𝗕𝗀𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, taking a look at the recent price action and what we think might be just around the corner. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Now if you have not yet joined us in Discord, the link is in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. So why not go ahead and check that out today? And if you are looking for a little bit more from the crypto space, why not check out the Patreon services as well? We actually cover a lot more for our Patreon members in the Discord server. Everything from AMAs twice weekly, project reviews, trading, what Chris and myself are up to in terms of buying, selling, and staking, and a whole host of additional benefits. So why not go ahead and check that out if that sounds of interest to you? Okay, let's make a start with this though. 𝗕𝗀𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 paired up with USDT here on the 1 hour chart, and Binance is our data source. So taking a look at this, it looks more complicated than it actually is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tidy this up just a fraction, and then what we'll do is we're going to talk through kind of what is going on with these structures, okay, because they are actually reasonably quite easy to kind of follow once you kind of get the hang of it. And as I said, I'm doing that Elliott Wave theory course. It's almost ready, so do join us down in Discord. It's available for free with our Patreon members, and the Discord server will have more information about that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom out just a fraction here. There's a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, like we've been analyzing a lot for Matic for the obvious reasons, and really what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this little area here, but it is important that we zoom out and we take stock of the bigger position. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom this out just a fraction, right, so we can kind of see where things are. Okay, because we have this area just up here. This is our wave 4. Now this is at a macro level, okay, so think of this as our weekly time frame, and this here being a wave 4 movement to the upside. This topped out right here at $1 at 5 cents, okay, or $1 5.45, okay, right at the top there, and then we start to pull back down, okay, and the move to the downside is interesting because if this is wave 4, then wave 5 is going to be down here between 15 and 23 cents. Seems a bit crazy to think that you're currently at 88 and you're going to come all the way down here, but those are the rules behind Elliott Wave theory. Unless we can push this this price action higher than $1.30.6, we have to come down here. Those are the rules. So we want to kind of ascertain where we are within this structure, right? So we have that big macro picture where the price action is looking to trend down and complete its trend to the downside, and we have to consider that actually that journey down there, how is it forming? Are we looking that actually we might create an invalidation? Maybe we might go up higher than 130.6, and maybe not. Maybe we're actually supporting this move to the downside. So let's go ahead and drill down into this, because as you can kind of see inside here, we have the 1, 2. We're looking for wave 3, 4, and 5. And then inside here, we have a wave 1 going up into wave 2. This is currently where we are right now, where we then go down for 3, 4, and 5. Now this 4 and 5 is basically just this wave 3 of this wave 5. Then there's a 4 and a 5 to come after all of this, okay? So just understand that, I've tried to draw this out as best I can, but the charts, obviously, don't allow you to kind of do this easily, not on one time frame, currently on this hourly chart. So we could obviously do different colors and things like that, but I tend to keep things all yellow. Let's talk about this move then. So if we've come down here into what I think is a wave 1, we've gone down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 waves here. Then we're going up in this really choppy area. Now this yellow box area here is our typical wave 2 area. It's 50 to 88.2% retracement of that entire 5-wave move. Okay, so we come in, we come back down, and we came back in. Okay, so basically this is an A wave, this is a B wave, and this is a C wave. And then we start thinking about these structures that are forming inside here. Are these giving us anything confidence in this move? And the simple answer is no. So we zoom in just a fraction more and break this down. Okay, so we've got a lot of overlap within these moves. Okay, that's kind of indicative of a corrective structure, not a trend-based structure. And 5 waves is what we're looking for. We want 5 waves up to be indicating a trend. Okay, but instead all we have are these overlapping moves that keep going and occurring. Okay, up until this point here, this one here, to me, looks like we are in 5 waves, but this is the end of a move. So let me draw out what this looks like. Okay, so we're looking at this as an A, B, C. Okay, and all of this is wrapped up inside this big A, B, and C. Okay, now inside the C wave here, it looks like we are trying to go for 5. Okay, we come up, come down, we go up, which hasn't finished, 3, 4, and then 5, right? Something to this effect. Now, just because that maps out doesn't mean it's going to play out, okay? Just bear that in mind. So let's go ahead and drill down into this last little move just inside here, okay? So I've given you kind of the top line view. Can be confusing, I can appreciate that, but do join us down in Discord. We pretty much cover Matic every single day down there. And, you know, we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4. We're looking to come up into 5, okay? So this is wave 3. Now, my expectations on this wave 3 will end in this little range just here. Okay, so I'm going to draw this in. This is going to basically be right in here at 91.7 to 93.24. That's going to be that little range, okay? And inside there, it looks very, very choppy at the moment, okay? So these things are basically just driven from retail, and so I imagine this is probably going to be, if anything, an ending diagonal structure, nothing too much to it. Now, as I said, we can also argue that this is 1, 2, all of this is 3, we come down into 4, then we go up into 5, okay? Now, some of this might not play out. And what I mean by that is we don't have a clear structure in here for 5 waves, not in the same way that we can argue that we do here. So we want to be a little bit cautious, okay? Because it could just be as simple as we finish this, and actually that is all just A, B, and C. So it's A, B, and just C like that. Unusual structures, but you know, everything is possible here. So my next kind of thought process here with Polygon's Matic is that we have this move here, and then we're going to monitor the retracement, see how it kind of goes. And I don't want to kind of call out that we're going to move up significantly higher until we first of all see this, because this 94.36 is the high point over here. So I want this to hold up. I don't necessarily want this to kind of pull back any or go above this area, because essentially this would create an invalidation, and it would mean that things get very, very confusing over on this far right hand side if that's the case. So we want to be a little bit cautious. We don't want to just blindly think that we can just go higher than these levels, okay? So we want to be a little bit cautious with that. And likewise, as I said, this could all be just 3 waves and we break down from here as well, okay? So at the moment, this is what it's tracking like, but this can change very, very rapidly. Now, if I bring the stochastic RSI up, we can of course see that we are overbought on the weekly, overbought on the daily, overbought on the 8 hourly, nothing on the 4 hour, so we'll check that in a second, and oversold on the hourly, basically indicating to me that we can have this last little push before we break to the downside. So if I come over to the 4 hour chart, you can see that actually it's high as well. So it's really only the hourly chart that's supporting any potential move to the upside. So it looks like they've got a limited amount of momentum remaining to kind of take us up into this range between 91.77 and 93.24. After that, my expectations are that we probably will end up breaking down and there will be no more additional highs. I could be wrong, of course. Anything is possible. We can, of course, map this out as a 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, and we'll kind of keep those things in the back of our heads, you know, as potential structures. But for now, I think that actually, based on the momentum, based on the structure that's at the beginning here, the fact that we are at the end of these C wave structures tells me that we should be thinking about the price collapsing down. Now, all of that, as I said, zoomed out, is a big A, B, and C structure, meaning the next move should be a pretty impulsive wave 3 down. Okay, and again, supported by those stochastics being so heavily overbought. So I'm going to leave this video there, guys. It gives you a brief idea into kind of where my mind is at when it comes to Polygon's Matic. I think utility and use case of Polygon's Matic is going to be absolutely fantastic. I do think it's going to do incredibly well in the next bull run, but realistically speaking, I think there's cheaper prices to be had, and I do think that there's going to be some fantastic accumulation zones at a later date, whether they do end up being the 15 to 23 cent range or whether they end up being slightly higher than that. Future will tell. But for now, I'm going to leave the video there. If you found this useful and informative, if you found hit the like button, I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And don't forget, join the centralized hub of Cheeky Crypto's Discord. Don't think you'll disappoint it, guys. Until the next one, have a fantastic day.